All right, class. Today we're going to finish up our notes let me straighten up the camera so it looks a little bit better. We're going to finish our notes on systems of equations. I'm going to go through the elimination of multiplication today. I'm going to do elimination of multiplication today. All right, so let's go back to this page. We did the elimination method here. We did both problems the last time we were here. And I told you to do number 13 and number 14. So let's see what you did here. Please make corrections to your work. All right, so here, if I add negative 4x to a positive 4x, that is going to give me 0. So I'm going to use adding to eliminate the x's. So again, this is gone. When I added those, it gives me 0. Then I have 2y plus a negative 3y, which gives me a negative 1y. Okay. Then I add 8 plus a negative 10. That gives me a negative 2. To get rid of this negative so that it is at just y, isolate so you want just y. So you're going to divide by negative 1 on both sides. Okay. And this is going to give me y is equal to a positive 2. Okay. All right. So now you know what y is. You have a value for y. Your y coordinate is going to be 2. So now you're trying to find x. So you're going to pick the easiest equation. Doesn't matter which one. I'm going to choose the first one. I'm going to choose the first one. We got negative 4x plus 2y is equal to 8. And here we are going to substitute 2 in the place of y. So this is negative 4x plus 2 times 2 is equal to 8. So in order to solve for x, multiply this first. So this gives us 4. So bring this down, put a positive 4 here because that's what this is. That's what this is. When you multiply this together, it gives you positive 4. And bring the 8 down. To get x by itself, we're going to subtract 4 on both sides. We subtract 4 on both sides. This is gone, and I'm left with negative 4x on this side. And on this side, I'm left with positive 4. Okay? I'm going to divide both sides by this negative 4 to isolate x. Slide this up a little bit. And this is going to give me x is equal to a negative 1. Okay? So here is my solution. Pause the video if you need to, okay? I'm going to show you how to do number 14. Please make the necessary corrections. Okay, remember I told you that 14 is on that very last page. So you have to slide to number 14. Let's look at this one. All right, so again, when you are doing your ordered pairs, your x and y value goes in alphabetical order. So here we got A and B instead of x and y. So A goes first and then B because it's ABC order. All right, and see what you can eliminate. If I add these two terms together, that's not going to give me 0. Subtracting them is not going to give me 0, so I can't eliminate by using addition and subtraction to get rid of the A's. Let's look at the B's. If I add them together, that gives me a negative 4B. But if I subtract them, okay, then that's going to give me 0. Because a negative 2B minus a negative 2b. This minus a negative changes to plus a positive, and that's how I get 0. So I'm going to subtract. So here when I subtract, this is put a 1 in front of this, okay? Let me circle this, get this out the way. So here I have 1a minus 3a gives me a negative 2a. This cancels out. 5 minus 9 gives me a negative 4. I'm going to divide both sides by a negative 2, and that gives me A is equal to, a negative divided by a negative is a positive 2. So A is equal to 2. Okay? All right, so now we got B. Okay, we have B. So in order to find B, I'm going to substitute A into one of the easier equations. I'm going to use the first one. A minus 2B is equal to 5. I'm going to replace A with 2. So this is going to be 2 minus 2B is equal to 5. Okay. So now what this gives me is I'm going to subtract 2 on both sides because I'm isolating B. This is gone, and I'm left with negative 2B. On this side, I am left with 3. Okay, so I'm going to put 3 here. Let's make sure that I have this right, and I do. Okay, so now I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. When I do that, this gives me B is equal to a negative 1 1/2, or I can just keep it as an improper fraction. So my B is negative 3/2. And double check to make sure that I eliminated the B's. I got a negative 2 here. I divided, they gave me positive 2. I substitute positive 2 here. I'm just making sure. Yes, so this is the correct answer. This is a 1 solution. All right, so now let's do elimination by multiplication. All right, so always try addition or subtraction first. I cannot add or subtract to eliminate the x's. I cannot add or subtract to eliminate the y's either. This is how you know you have to go to elimination of multiplication. Okay? This is how you know when addition and subtraction don't work, then you have to use elimination by multiplication or multiplication or elimination by multiplication. All right, so I'm going to look at these. I'm going to look to see what's the least common multiple. The least common multiple between 3 and think in your mind, we could do this out to the side, 3 and 5. The first multiple of 3 is 3. The second multiple is 6. Then we got 9 and so on and so forth. Here we'd have, 9, let's go out, 12, then 15. And now finally, you know that 5 will go into 15 three times, okay? 5 will go into 15 3 times. So you can do, you can do that, okay? So you know that you can use 15 as your least common multiple. So I could use 15, but when I look at 4 and 2, it's less work because 4 goes into 2 times. Two times. So I'm going to use that because it is less work. So I'm going to multiply. I'm going to multiply 2 times 4. So if I multiply 2 times 4, that's going to give me this 4. And then I can use addition or subtraction to eliminate. If I was to use 3 and 5 to eliminate the x's, I would have to multiply the 3 times 5, and I'd have to multiply the 5 times 3. So I have to use multiplication twice to get these to the same number. But here, I use multiplication only once to get it to the same number. So that's what I'm going to do. If I multiply this one number by 2, I've really got to multiply everything by 2. I can't just multiply one side by 2 and not the other side by 2 because then it doesn't make an equivalent equation. So here, this top equation stays the same, okay? And this bottom equation, I'm going to multiply 2 times 5x, which gives me 10x. Then I'm going to multiply 2 times 2y, which gives me a 4y. Then I'm going to multiply 2 times a negative 4, which gives me a negative 8. And now I can use elimination of addition or subtraction, okay? So here I'm going to eliminate the y's by subtracting. So this gives me negative 7x. This gives me 0. And this gives me a positive, 8 minus, so you can see it, minus a negative. This is going to be plus a positive. And so this is going to be 14. Oops, sorry, y'all. And you're going to divide both sides by negative 7. And so this is going to be positive x is equal to a negative 2. So your ordered pair over here, out here to the side, your x coordinate is a negative 2. So now you need to figure out y. So to figure out your y, you're going to take this value and plug it into one of those equations. I'm going to use the first one. So we got 3x plus 4y is equal to 6. And I'm going to substitute -2 in the place of this x. So that's 3 times -2 plus 4y is equal to 6. So this is going to give me a -6 plus 4y is equal to 6. I'm going to add 6 to both sides so I can isolate y. And that is going to give me, what I got here. This is going to give me, I had a brain fart just a second, y'all. 12 divided by 4, which gives me y is equal to 3. So my y coordinate is 3. So this is my solution here. Okay. The last one, do the same thing for this one. Okay. Elimination by multiplication, because I can't add. I can look at these. These are not the same. These are not the same. I can't add or subtract either one of them. So let's see. Least amount of work to make them the same number. I have to multiply this by 3 and this by 2. I have to multiply this by 4 and this by 3. So let me just do these because this has a negative in front. So I'm going to multiply all of this by 3 and I'll multiply all of this by 2. And that's going to make these the same, which is going to be 6. So I got 6x. Make sure you multiply each of them. And then I got a negative 9y. Then I got 18. Then here I got 6x. Then I multiply 2 times this, which gives me 8y. Then I multiply 2 times, that gives me a negative 50. Okay? All right. So here I got to subtract to eliminate. So this is gone. Then I subtract to eliminate here. That's negative 9 minus 8, which is going to be plus a negative. So that's negative 17. Excuse me, negative 17y. Then here, equal to minus, that's plus. So this is going to be 8. This is 68. So now I'm going to divide both sides by negative 17. Okay, pause real quickly. Okay, so this is going to be, when I divide, that's going to be a negative 4. All right, so y is going to be negative 4. So I'm going to put negative 4. This is x. Let me make sure I don't get these mixed up. X, y, got negative 4. So now we got to figure out what our x is. So go back, use this equation, the original equation. Please use that. 2x minus 3y is equal to 6, and put 4 in its place. So this is 2x minus 3 times a negative 4 is equal to 6. So this is 2x. A negative times a negative is a positive 12 is equal to 6. So I'm going to subtract 12 on both sides, and this gives me 2x is equal to a negative 6. When I divide by 2 on both sides, this gives me x is equal to a negative 3. So this is the point in which they cross. Okay? So now what I want you to do, you have 2 examples here. Go back and watch the video if you need to. And I want you to go back to the previous page because you know these pages were kind of out of order. My apologies to that. And go back and do example 17, 18, 19, and 20. You can use any method that you want to use to solve these problems. Okay? You can use the graphing method. You can use the substitution method. You can use the elimination method. But make sure you complete this entire packet that we started at the beginning of last week. Complete it and submit it today. This is due today. So you got 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, guys, if you have questions, text me. Have a great day. Bye.